Hey guys, nice to be with you for another dev update. I'll kick off with core this time because we have been doing quite a bit of core stuff this week in anticipation of hardfork 19. So basically we have been wrapping up some storage server changes related to authentication. So this is essentially when you retrieve one-to-one messages. We had previously had authentication enabled kind of optimistically, so you could do authentication, but we'll be enabling it for all messages now. So to retrieve a one-to-one message, you'll need to prove that you own the public key associated with that message. And we're also moving closed group and config messages into different types of inboxes so we can kind of sort them more effectively, because we're having this issue where we draw back a lot of messages from the storage server from session, and we would have all of the messages jumbled together, and it's easier if we just have them sorted by category to an extent. And we're not going to sort by like user or something like that, which would give away an anonymity, but we will be sorting by config, closed group, and one-on-one messages from now on once we do the hard fork. So we're getting those changes into the storage server. On the Oxen core side, there is the batching final review, which is, I think, nearly done at this point, or there's a few final things to fix up. We're also changing the staking contributor rules as well. Those are basically finished too. And I think we have one more change with LokiNet. We think that there's a little bit of an issue going on with some service nodes being unreachable, so we're investigating that this week. We didn't find the root cause of it, but we're working on finding it, and hopefully by next week we'll be ready to have a release, and then past that point we'll have a mandatory upgrade period where everyone gets time to upgrade if they want to. So that's on the core side. On the session side, I kind of talked a little bit about what we were doing on this on the storage server side, but on the clients, we're basically working on session ID blinding. So that's being finished off, and then also the performance stuff that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. So we should have a release out in the next couple of weeks for Android performance with all of the changes that we've been working on for Android performance. The iOS stuff is pretty much done, and then desktop performance upgrade will be going out as well. And ID batching is just wrapping up, and then we're actually looking at some new features coming down the pipeline and doing UX designs for that as well, which is taking up a bit of time. So on LokiNet, I kind of spoke a little bit about what they're doing on the server side. So they're basically working towards a release for LokiNet to go onto storage servers, because they, or Jason and Jeff, think that they can fix up a few things there to improve kind of service node reliability, especially on path building. So they're working on that release now, and then there'll be a separate client release, which is released a little bit later, which addresses the stuff like the new GUI, and also like the setting of DNS and stuff on different operating systems. So they're kind of breaking that into two pieces that we're working on now. So yeah, that's about it. That should wrap everything up for this little Oxen Labs update. I'll throw it over to Josh. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, I'm back with another marketing update. Now, last week we spent a lot of time playing around with different social medias actually. We're trying to tap into new markets, and we spent a whole bunch of time actually playing around with TikTok. And just in the last week we got over, with what we were doing, we got over 3,000 views on some of the stuff that we were putting out there, which is actually like a really good effort for the minimal amount of effort we kind of put into TikTok. So we're going to keep focusing on that and just seeing how far we can push that. Also, another thing is we have been focusing on a more concerted effort into an Instagram campaign that we're thinking of rolling out over the next couple weeks, so you can look forward to that. The staple socials are still chugging along really nicely. We had last week 270,000 organic impressions, and our new session newsletter format had over 3,000 opens, which increased actually, which drove increased traffic to some of our best performing blog posts that we highlighted in it. And a lot of the content actually that we did for the blog in the last week centered around the Elon Musk Twitter acquisition, which gained us some extra views, which, going down that angle seemed to kind of help out in that respect. We've also been reworking the session App Store ads. That's been a big focus actually in the last week. So we're just experimenting with different strategies and just to give us better insights into what's working and what's not working. It's still too soon to have any kind of meaningful data, but we're really excited about the direction that this whole thing is heading into. And also, last week Connor's been putting a lot of effort and work into the new UX UI, just new UX UI work for Session. Some of that is including the custom theming feature that everyone's been requesting. So you can look forward to that hitting your Session app sometime in the near future. Anyways, that's it from me. See you guys next time.